Hey loves, welcome back to my channel for another video. I'm Kalesha if you are new, and welcome here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Before we get into today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can become a part of my community and to help this channel grow. So yeah, in today's video, I want to talk about this huge thing or word that we're all just in search for, that we all feel so lost without, and that we feel is so out of touch, so out of reach, and that's purpose. Okay, I want to talk about all things surrounding purpose. What's purpose, why it's important, how can you find your purpose, how can you actively walk in purpose, and what you can do in the meanwhile, in between while. Okay, so we're going to have a conversation today about purpose. And I'm just gonna make it simplified. I'm gonna try to do my best to simplify it and give you some practical ways to identify, practical ways to use it, you know, to walk in God's calling, because we all were designed, we all were created with a purpose, on purpose, for a purpose. Okay, I probably mixed it all up, but we created with purpose. So if that's an arena you know that you could use some guidance in, please stick around for the rest of today's video. Or purpose is this huge word that everyone throws out there, and if you like me, didn't know your purpose or don't know your purpose, you can feel kind of lost in the sauce. So I want to first start off by telling you what purpose is and why it is important. Purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, and or for which something exists. Having purpose means knowing yourself, your priorities, and aligning your behavior with your desired outcome. And living out that purpose is your way of partnering with God to advance His kingdom. So you may be wondering, how do I begin to know what my purpose is? Well, first and foremost, you gotta discover it, or better yet, let it find you. I saw this video on Instagram one time, in Instagram Reels or IGTV. Either way, I saw this video on Instagram, which I'll insert in a second, of this pastor just saying how purpose finds you. You don't go out looking for it, it comes to you, and I promise he can explain it a lot better than I can. So I'm just gonna roll it and let it play here for a second, and then we'll re-intervene after.
The Lord is leading me to tell this to someone who is confused about your calling. You don't have to find your calling will find you. God is good at His job, and if you will put yourself in the place of your purpose and serve the purpose of God in the season that you're in, you won't have to go run looking for it, chase it down, beg people, manipulate situations, jump up and down, wave your hand, show off. You won't have to do any of that. You won't have to do it, because when God calls you, even if you don't get it right the first time, God has call waiting, and He'll try you back.
I know that video blessed you, because it blessed me when I saw it. It's like I don't have to work for this thing that society tells me I have to work for, that I have to constantly search for. No, it's gonna find me. But what's that thing that keeps tugging at you? That thing that you're just good at, and it takes you little to no effort. I mean, little to no effort. Everyone praises you about it, and you're super happy. You're super happy doing it. You know, you have to pay attention to what makes you happy. Secondly, put yourself in spaces that challenge and support you or your vision. And better yet, allow God to place those divine connections along your path. These people will see things in you that you couldn't otherwise see in yourself. They'll facilitate a space for you to grow, and they'll push you beyond your limits. You never know what you can or cannot do until you try. And having that extra push and support and encouragement goes a long way. So I stumbled across this article the other day when just reading and researching this topic, and I found the perfect article by Erica Wyatt giving her bold ways to walk in your God-given purpose, and I thought I'd share them with you all today in this video. Number one is to be authentic. You have been created in the image and likeness of God. So the key way to stay authentic is to stay connected to your Creator. He's going to be able to pour into you and continue to remind you of why He created you in the first place. After that, you want to stay focused. Now, this may be the hardest thing to do, okay? There's going to be so many distractions pulling you in so many directions, but you have to stay focused. As tempting as these distractions will be, okay, because they are strategically placed by the enemy, okay, so they will be tempting. He knows exactly what tempts you. So as tempting as they may be, you have to refuse to engage in any activities or relationships or partnerships, whatever. You have to refuse to engage in things that do not speak directly to your God-given purpose. And side note, being busy does not equate to living in purpose, okay? Just because you're busy, you can be busy doing all of the wrong things. Busy doing the things that God did not call you to do. And 3, value God's approval over others. Now, you know, when you get this bright idea or this vision or anything that you feel is from God or that you feel stirred up in your heart and you share it with a friend or a family member, they can discourage you sometimes. And you know that this is a vision given to you from God. You have to value God's approval over others, because if we strive to please God in all that we do, then we will always choose our purpose over other people's desire for us when the going gets tough. And that brings me to the 4th way. You have to fight for your purpose, okay? You have to fight. It's going to be a battle. So many things are going to come up. Life happens, okay? Life happens. Some things are going to knock you off course. I mean, anything can happen. Y'all know, y'all have been hit from left field and like, where'd that come from, Lord? Like, I just cannot get accomplished what I set out to get accomplished, but you got to fight. You have to fight. It is not going to be easy, but He didn't bring it this far to leave. All right, I know y'all felt that because I felt that. So you have to keep going. No matter how tough it gets, you have to keep going, because you know what you were called to do. And somebody, okay, is tied to your yes. Somebody is tied to you stepping out in this new calling, okay, and living boldly, okay, in what you were called to do, right? So you have to fight. You have to fight for your purpose. So we've identified that the enemy is gonna throw out some distractions. You're gonna have some bumps in the road. You're gonna have some fiery darts to defend yourself from. So we have to talk about some of the factors that can influence or affect you living boldly in your purpose. Of course, that can be your current habits, okay? I mean, your habits are linked directly to the quality of life you live. I've talked about habits in previous videos, how to build better habits, the 4 laws of behavior change, as well as some good habits that could put you on a path to pursue and live in your purpose. So definitely recommend you check out those videos. I have them linked below and in the card section here. So yeah, your habits, your current habits will affect your purpose. Also, comparison. You looking at the next person wanting their purpose because you think you're not good at whatever it is brewing up in your heart, you know? And that brings me to fear. Fear, oh my God, fear is the number one, okay? Imposter syndrome. We just cannot get over the what ifs. We can't get over the what ifs. And if we just do that thing that we're super afraid of doing, I mean, wow, our life could just magnify before our eyes, because usually what we're so afraid of doing, or what we couldn't see ourselves doing, or what we don't quite understand, that's exactly what we need to do. That one thing we're afraid of is exactly what we need to do. So say yes to the things that you usually say no to. You'll be blown by the things that you can accomplish, the things that you actually can do if you just try. So what's the number one way to know if you're currently living in your purpose? You're happy. You're overall just happy to be doing what you're doing. You feel so fulfilled, whether you're getting monetary gain or not. you're just happy doing it, okay? And the key way to know if you're not living in your purpose is, number one, if your alarm goes off in the morning and you upset about having to go where you gotta go, that's not your purpose. That's not what you were called to do. It's a placeholder, okay? This is just something you're doing in the meanwhile, in between while. This may be something that you're doing to funnel into your purpose, you know, to fund your purpose. So, I mean, I get that, okay? We have to work those odd jobs sometimes just to keep food on our table. But always, 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 you know, listen to God and try and get what he has for you, because you don't want to stay stagnant in that place. And if that's you right now, don't be discouraged, because you have something to do right now in this season that you don't quite know what it is that you're called to do. You can always, number one, spend time in God's presence. Okay, cool. You're doing that. Okay, kudos to you. You're doing that. You haven't heard anything. You don't have this desire stirred up in your heart. Serve others. I mean, there's always an opportunity to help out a friend in their business. You know, sometimes we block our own blessings. We a hater on the front line, okay, of our own friends. They got something going and we like, she did, she did, just because we don't have anything going, when we can be serving that business. We can be serving that friend, so that when our time comes, people are more willing to serve you and pour into you because they saw how supportive you were. You know, so sometimes God is just saying, how are you over here on the sideline before I bless you, you know? So always look for an opportunity to serve in your community or serve your fellow friends and family members in their endeavors. And then I promise, even if you get involved in that, you may find something in that right there, right next door, that you're super good at and super passionate about. Just for a little bit more encouragement, just know that your purpose is gonna make room for you. You don't have to go out and find it. You don't have to hop up and down like he said. Like, it's gonna come. Just in this space, in this waiting season, always have a heart to hear, always have a heart to serve others, and you'll be surprised at what you're good at, what comes to you. Okay, your purpose makes room for you. You have a gift. Okay, you have a gift. It's inside of you. You just have to nurture it. So I hope you found this video helpful or encouraging. If you did, be sure to let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. It's absolutely free. Okay, we love free, and it's good for the algorithm. Okay, so it helps out the channel tremendously. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell next to it, so that you're notified on my next upload. I upload every Monday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, loves.